going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're playing the demo for Sovereign Syndicate. This is a brand new game coming out soon. Atticus awakens. Follow Atticus and delay as he explores the sinking underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. He grew up in a crowded orphanage, using his illusionary magical ability to disguise himself as a human. Starting attributes: self-discipline, wit, spryness, conjuring, and temperaments. Retreating from an unforgiving world into a study, he meets challenges with a sharp mind and a silver tongue. Starting attributes: wit, self-discipline, animal instincts, persuasion, major arcana, the hermit. Blaming his fiery temper on his minotaur blood, he learned to intimidate his enemies and embrace the rush of combat. Animal instincts: spryness, wit, intimidation, major arcana, the chariot. To be a great illusionist, he's practiced sleight of hand. He's surprisingly nimble for a minotaur. Spryness, animal instinct, self-discipline, fine motor, the star. So it looks like two factions are going to go with the minotaur, so we're going to do the chariot today and see what happens. This is a tabletop RPG if you guys are curious. Dark shape looms over you. Against the guttering lamppost, the black shadow form hovers unsteadily like a cutout in a magical lantern. You can't be sure whether it's a real living thing or another grand manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush appeared to have been survived. Or is this a fact death coming to claim you? In any case, the specter seems to be in no hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your addled brain. Now you recall why you're here. You choose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, if this is the apparition, isn't the angel of death, then even the suicide you have failed. Atticus! He's coming! Wake up! Out of my head, you old crone. Atticus Dunley. How does he know my name? His voice is cold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door concealing his identity, no doubt. We try to speak to him. We only have 34% chance. We could say nothing. Might as well try to speak. Alright, so we get to pick different cards. Go with the right. Are you? Small act of kindness. Take it eagerly, wave it off. I mean, I feel like he's going to be a little bit angry if we don't take it, so we might as well take it and see what happens. I've been hoping for the hair of the dog, but alas, it's only the caloric bite of London's tap water. Hey, we got a little bit of extra health, so that's always good. Parched mouth, and at least a bit restorative. Stowing the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light of the gas lamp. I can finally see his features in full. He wears a brass button traveling waistcoat, complete with a scarlet hood and a mask of ornate gold panels. It glitters in the gaslight, delicately crafted. A finery like I've never seen before. On your feet now, you sorry sight. Wait, what? Who are you? What do you want with me? I need a moment to get to my bearings. A friend in need of your service. Friend? What manifestation so deep in the docklands? Spell of trouble. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. We only have one choice, so there we go. Nah, but I'll be watching. The stranger pulls back his waistcoat, showing a gilded flintlock pistol. How nice of you. Over the years, many mingebag have come to collect this. Burmy nap is no different. Crazy men, someone lacking taste style. That's pretty cool that it actually has like a description of the words that they're using. So many debts and foregone second chances, it'll catch up with me. No matter, let it be tonight then. We can try like all the others, but none have yet succeeded. +1 blood. Ah, this might be. But if you keep going in this way, it's a matter of time. We got some gears and cogs over here. Mechanical odds and ends shimmering in the gaslight. Worth a little tin if you deal them to an engine man. First would gather, why not? A masked stranger. The stranger stands with a loose grip on his flintlock. Man, everybody out here is just out to kill us. Forgetting something? Don't think so. Despite my appearance, my memory is clear as a bell. Can't be. There's nothing in my name but empty gin bottles. Forgetting to say thank you? Right, thanks for waking me up. Now, I'll just be on my way. You don't mind, buddy, right? Mechaniah's tinges swivel around his mouth. Is that a smile? Perhaps the mage has a weapon. There's a jewel sparking in his eye. He's planning to put the squeeze on. Flux! I forgot my cane sword! Proud. Where we're going, you might need it. Yes, he's tuned into my thoughts. He takes a repeating match and lights up a cheroot, waiting for me to return with my personal offerings. Filter the cigar. Alright, so we need to find our sword, which we left somewhere around here. Yes, the cane sword right where we woke up at. An even cane concealing a steel blade and a cherrywood stealth. Below the brass figurehead is a band of crushed velvet. A fine weapon, sturdy and well-balanced, easy to wield. And suitable in aristocratic circles. Take the cane with you, leave it here for now. Of course we'll take it. Why would we leave our weapon alone? Alright, so there's a locked gate over there. We're going to follow this mysterious stranger and see what actually happens. Alright, mister, we got our cane. The stranger stands with a loose grip on his flintlock. Right then. Bloody sight. Let's get going. We'll need your battle on full wicket. He reaches for my arm as if to drag me along. Shall I let him ragdoll me around East London? Not a chance. I have the strength to resist. He could pull a bullet through my heart in half a moment. Now's not the right time to challenge him. I mean, he's already in our mind, so I kind of like option 3. I must gather my strength. I'm glad we come to understand each other. Come on, then. I didn't even say that out loud. No question about it, he's reading my thoughts. Where are you taking me? Only 16% chance. My head hangs low like a man condemned, but I'd rather not suffer any more than I have to. Whatever he's planning, I'll find out soon enough. There's no time for dawdling. He hasn't any conscience? If it seems like London's left you behind, humor me for the evening, otherwise I'll deliver the bounty on your head. And I won't have to waste it any time. Your headache rages with a fierce second wind, and every step in a hammer and nail in your physique. The stranger's reckless pace only makes matters worse, his arms like a vice grip dragging you down a maze of twisted alleyways until at last a string of paper lanterns appears, buoys in a sickening sea of the night. A cherry glow of the red lantern lanes. Within waves of jasmine and sandalwood incense, memories wash fear away. This might be the only place that could convince you to keep on living. Even just for a night. The gas mantle above the door fills you with fondness, cleansing the rust of your mind, gouging hangover. You've arrived at the Red Lotus, den, the only place you've ever felt at home. No need to be pulled along now. You go willfully inside. Happy now. Body aches, persistent nausea. From a physical standpoint, I'm barely holding together. Allow me to rephrase. Have you ever been happy? Many years ago. Can't say that I have, but I've gotten close to it here. Withdrawals, they can muddle our heads and make us weak. Don't worry, you'll feel better soon. Alright, so we got a sword, so clearly this dude knows something's up here. Steaming bath awaits the tired bones. Wouldn't it just be good to get cleaned up? Alright, so we got vigor, nerve, blood, nice. I guess we must be some sort of like vampire sort of figure inside this world. Senator leers, his misshapen chin a shelf for his cigarettes jutting from a jangle of bad teeth. His bare chest is stricken with psoriasis, and the scaly rash reddens in his pock-marked cheeks. Ah, good evening. We'd like to gain admittance. The scaly ignores him and turns to me instead. Must say, I'm impressed by his nerve. Let me see Cowboy speak. Look like he's got some quarrel with yours truly. No quarrel, just here for the Lotus. I've dealt with your kind in the past, believe it. It wasn't pretty. Is that so? We're here for the Lotus, nothing more. Not buying it. This is the one we get screwed up is. What's the matter, eh? I'm just not used to getting this brand of potpourri. Did somebody forget to mock out your stalls this morning? I only had a 9% chance to persuade. I smile as condescendingly as possible. Something wrong with ya, sniffer, I spit. Need a pretty little ring through it, eh, heifer? We'd like a luxury booth, best in the house. The damage is done. He called me a heifer. Really, it's not the incense I'm smelling, it's the... it's filling out your manky mouth, alright. That's quite a vocabulary, but it won't matter once Bixby shows up. Bixby, eh? We'll see about that. They'll be making rounds any minute. Trots Mr. Browncoat. Surely come to visit what the fuss is about. He has distinguished long-faced countenance, sporting a gold pocket watch and a lavender-tinted pince-nez with a octagonal frame, settled low on his aquiline nose. Despite his careful printing, the turbulence of a life lived in the margins shows his face. What's going on out here? I was just coming out for a go. And what do I come upon but an argument in the foyer? Your new bouncer didn't seem to recognize me. Sorry there, Bixby, but the bouncer was just saying how minotaurs are no longer welcome in your fine establishment. Why not? A minotaur is welcome here like any other customer. Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Browncoat. I should have known. We'll talk about this later. As you can see, this client's to entertain. Bixby darts a despairing look at the bouncer. I suppose good help is hard to find nowadays. But rest assured, you'll have a private booth and a bottomless hot tea on the house. Now, gents, let us way to the Lotus. Bixby ushers you through the doors and leads you down the way to the back stairs, the stranger on your heels like a stubborn shadow. The Red Lotus is draped in a haze of pale smoke, dotted with flickering candles and incense glowing like cinders in the night. The smell of burning opium is dark and rich, like a batch of overdone biscuits with a sharp, fishy afterbite. The pale red glow from the Chinese lantern paints the space in perpetual twilight. It's easy to lose track of time within these walls, wheeling away your days in a blissful, waking dream. What's that gear clattering racket? A jet of steam cuts through the quiet of the den. What a curious machine. I wonder how it works. What's an automaton doing here? It's not as if it can partake. Bugger off, you brass bucket. If minotaurs are welcome, then why not 10 willies? Sorry there. Didn't mean to startle you. Off it goes, heading for the private session. That was awfully kind of him just to leave. The floor pit has benches with tuft upholstery and pillows costing a halfpenny an hour. Normally a pillow and a pipe sits in more than fits enough for your fancy, and it's here to save money buying half a bowl at a time. Alright, so it looks like we're not able to view this table over here. Oh, there's another one. Evening, stranger. The dwarf has a warm, amiable look with a sort of lucid blue I couldn't stay angry at. His gaze is so sharp and clearly intelligent that I find myself intrigued. Below his crystal blue eyes is a brood nose and a red mustache, so full that it might crawl off his face and build a cocoon. His left arm and leg are both mechanized, and judging by his steam-powered backpack, the augmentations don't stop there. How do you do? Just fine. Some kind of inventor, are you? Hard to say. Once I've had a fix, I'll be a little more clear. The name's Theodore Redgrave, Brotherhood of Boffins, but you can call me Teddy. Most people do. No clue what a boffin is. Some kind of magician? Technical experts often skilled in considering to be complex, arcane, and difficult. A boffins, eh? That's a tricky thing about scaring me witless. You invented things, gadgets, and the like? Your automaton has got a name? You look like tinkering type. If I had a little scrap, would you be interested? Nice meeting you, Teddy. Oh, yes. The Royal Society funds all kinds of industrial research nowadays. The Brotherhood for every branch of science, but I'm with the DA, Division of Autonomans. That rickety thing just about scared me with this. Oh, there we go. Aye, this here is Otto. He doesn't care for strangers, but you can't really blame him. Part of his programming. Stands to reason one must protect himself and never be too careful nowadays. Silly giving names to a machine, you ask me. Truth is, I've heard. What can I call you, sir? Atticus Dolly, at your service. Teddy passed the automaton with his fat paw. Mr. Dolly, from the both of us, it's a pleasure. Otto's going to need some tweaks before the brawls, but we'll have him fit as a fiddle by then. Otto's a brawler, eh? Brawls? You mean the pit fights? So far, he's only watched from the sidelines, but someday he'll fight with the other battle traps. See, I'm a hunter of fell beasts and monsters. After the werewolf fights, those outlaw wretches are tatterdemalion, much easier to take in for bounty. Only 3 days or the moon is full. Brilliant. Better have a good mind to who you're betting on. Ah yes, the pit fights. I've been to my fair share. Good for a wager or two. That's quite an occupation. Must ever be a dull moment. That's true. I just come here from a man of culture. Come to think of it, a statue like yours could make for opportunity. Would you have an interest in joining my docket? I could pay you handsomely, of course. Won't mind getting my knuckles bloody at the right place. Take my visiting card and we'll meet up before the moon is up. Not to my taste, but I could be convinced if the purse was right. A man's gotta eat after all. Well, I'm pleased to be acquainted. I'll come calling soon. Wait a minute, if I had a little scrap sell, would you be interested? I mean, we do have the gear that we picked up. Good night then, and good luck with your contraption. I mean, I don't know what the cogs do, and it's a beta, or demo, so why not? Ooh. Nice! Alright, so we sold all our belongings, now let's head to the private booth. Lattice wooden screens and a high-back seating province comfort for privacy. Those can afford it. The booths are made of luxurious calf leather, well-oiled and plush with dimpled riveting. Delicate china and exclusive menus of the den offering are available for those at a more discerning taste. Seems you're in for a treat for Count of a Stranger's pocketbook. That's a fat Christmas goose. Let's show a little restraint. Surely he didn't bring me here for the elevated conversation and pleasure of my company. I better be on my guard. Whatever his angle, there must be something in it for me. He could have already killed me and collected all my bounty, but he didn't. I guess I should hear him out. I have to admit, I'd rather be in a cozy private booth than a vomit-soaked alleyway deathbed, even if it's just for tonight. It's worth seeing after. It's worth seeing what he's after all. Infuriating, but I can't keep the crone from intruding. Nevertheless, the stranger is waiting on me. Let's go on with this. Teddy seems to be an interesting chap, and the automaton is quite something, isn't it? Teddy seems to be an interesting chap. The automaton is quite something, isn't it? It's an amusing match, but I'm sure you didn't bring me here to discuss the clientele. Look at the small talk. Why'd you bring me here? We've got plenty of time for explanations. Why don't we start with the sample of some den wares? Careful now, he's obviously trying to curry favor. Although it would be good to loosen up. Nothing too strong, still need to keep my wits about me. With so many deer poisonous variations, it's hard to decide what will hit the spot. Must say, I'm impressed with your discretion. I would have thought just any fix would do. You're just greasing the wheels for whatever you want from me. Thanks, I suppose, but no, it's not from the kindness of your heart. We'll see after you sing the same tune when it's said and done. Now then, while you think about the entree, I'll prepare the appetizer. He takes a small tablet out of his shirt sleeve, cracks it in half, and drops it in the teacup. The other half goes into his own. Homemade remedy, eh? You can't expect me to drink that. Not to worry. Wouldn't kill us both now, would I? Besides, I could have done you already if I wanted to. Well then, cheers to not killing anyone. I think we kind of have to. So might as well. Looks like we got a ton of vigor. Nice. And for what's your main course? How about the White Wind Elation? You must be fond of that one. His light-hearted confidence seems to be like a front, as if he knows you better than he's letting on. Any sort of psychic barrier is useless. The bothersome hag won't leave me be, and here I am face to face with a telepath. The White Wind happens to be my favorite, but of course you already knew that. Now then, enough of this facade. Not only did you pick up my local place, but you pretend to suggest my favorite blend, like it was just a lucky guess. I know a little something about you, it's true. But it's part and parcel to my profession. I keep tabs on people who pique my interest. What is your profession exactly? How have you been tracking me? On with it then. What else do you need to know? That depends. Do you want the small details, or shall I summarize? Let's summarize it up, buddy. Let's see what the action looks like inside this game. Very well then, I need to verify one of your memories. This fellow's lost his mind. I know about your childhood at the Sacred Heart Orphanage, but something happened there that you seem to have forgotten. If you can remember with the help of Auntie Emma, you can lead us to your mother. You're saying she's still alive? Lead us to what, her gravesite, you mean? What would that accomplish? I found her name on a ledger. The Sandthorn Asylum. As for your father, he was exiled, never seen again. There's no telling if he's still alive. According to your brain theory, I suppose this is the Lotus, not a bunco parlor. I've seen my share of swindlers, but this takes the cake. Of course, it's just a theory until I match the names. I don't suppose you know your mother's family name. Perhaps if I racked my brain, but I'm quite sure I never knew it. Didn't think you would, but if your mother's name is on record in the Sacred Heart, it matches the Sandthorn Ledger, then we have a chance to prove her identity and break her free. That means digging up memories socked away. Even if it's true, why should I want to find her? I'm sure if my mother's alive, she's forgotten me. Family ties up to your discretion, of course, and I cannot share my own motivation with the truth. I'd really like to know what his bloody game is. If you can think back on the troubling times, then you're worth more than the price on your head. Otherwise, he's offering me a chance, but only if I can draw up memories. You can never force your hand, so what will it be? The dream DOS and voyage between the banks of memory, or the death DOS, the end of your all days? I mean, you may as well take the dream dose. You take the stranger's offer, eager to lose touch with his harsh reality and force a chance to call back memories that could lead you to your mother's whereabouts. Falling into an opium dream, the stranger's recent inquiries remind you of growing up in the Sacred Heart Orphanage. The end for now. Alright guys, that's going to it for today. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.